It's great to welcome you to Get Connected. I'm your host, Conn Jackson. I'm standing in Singapore, right below Malaysia and Thailand. What a beautiful place to be. Now, each and every week, we love to highlight someone making a difference. And for this, we're going back stateside to Louisville. He's the Iron Chef champion.
Hi, Conn.
Well, Chef, it's great having you with us today on Get Connected. I'm just curious, how did you end up in Louisville?
You know, it's a long story, but I kind of lived in New York my whole life, and I wanted to experience something different. I came to Louisville, Kentucky about 9 years ago, and I don't know why, but I fell in love with it the minute I came here, so it's been a great ride ever since.
Well, Chef, tell us about the exciting project you're part of.
So this is actually the Colonel Sanders cookbook. So he wrote a cookbook about 40 years ago, and it never got published. Kind of got lost in all the archives. And last year, someone at KFC discovered it and realized this is not just a cookbook, but it's really kind of a part of American history. You know, he was at one time one of the most familiar faces in the country. So if you go to the KFC Facebook page, you can download not only the 33 recipes, but also his autobiography. Written in his own words, it's really an incredible story. You know, he was 65, started with a Social Security check. He opened one restaurant at 65 and turned that into an empire. So it's really inspirational. There's a lot of life lessons. He's really honest. There's funny stories in there. So I just encourage you to check it out. I'm pretty honored, actually, just to be a part of this project. And we pulled out 3 of my favorite recipes from the book.
Well, I know you've set 3 apart, but which is your favorite?
It's got to be hands down the upside down peach cobbler, and we actually did serve it last week for a private party to incredible reviews. So it's basically right here. It's the peach cobbler. It's a really simple recipe, but it's so good. My twist is I kind of serve it in these cast iron skillets and make it look real cute, and I put a buttermilk whipped cream on top as sort of my touch. And I think the Colonel would be proud of that, since you know, we're both Southerners now.
No doubt. Well, I'm just curious. I know you're Iron Chef champion of America, but if you had to go against Colonel Sanders, who would actually win that battle?
The Colonel didn't like to lose, so I think you know, I think he would have whooped me pretty good.
Doesn't surprise me to hear that the Colonel himself was quite competitive, but I know that you are as well. So tell us, when you were on Iron Chef, how did you handle the pressure of all the cameras, let alone the competitor?
You know, it's kind of weird. I would say, like, so it's an hour long. I'd say the first 5 or 6 minutes, I was really nervous. And honestly, about 8 minutes into it, I forgot the cameras were there. I even forgot where I was, and just sort of instincts take over. And you just cook. And, you know, for all the chefs that are on that show, that's what we do for a living every day, cook. So it's kind of comes naturally to us, and just forget the cameras, forget all the you know, fog and smoke, and just cook your heart out.
Well, you did that indeed. And Chef, we love asking this question of all successful people just like you. Given your tremendous success, what advice would you give to the rest of us pursuing our dreams?
Don't give up. When I was younger, wanting to be a cook was not like a glamorous job. It was not a sought-after job, and I just kept at it. And you know, it's weird, but you know, a lot of parallels. I mean, you read the Colonel's autobiography, man, he had one failure after another, and he never gave up. He kept on persevering, and you know, it may happen when you're 35, it may happen when you're 65, but I think if you keep going at it and you keep persevering, it will happen. So, you know, just go for it.
Well, one thing's for sure, Chef, we're glad you never gave up, because we get to enjoy the results of your passion, your food. Thank you. And thanks for giving us some insight into the story of Colonel Sanders as well.
Thank you.
Quite an extraordinary chef, Edward Lee. If you ever get to Louisville, he's got his restaurant 610 Magnolia. But when we come back, we are going to find out more about this beautiful building right behind us in Singapore when we return. So glad you got to check out that clip. But listen, we've got plenty more going on here at Get Connected, our TV show. My friend and I are going to give you a glimpse of all the fun, so take it away.
The sun shines bright as it moves across my face. I feel the light and everything is in its place. Oh, I woke up feeling great. Today was made for me. And life is good the way it should, the way it was meant to be.
Well, join us and we'll get you in the know. Check us out at Get Connected at conntv.com and be part of the movement.